Peace Mac Miller, Botham Jean, Antoine Rose, Jeffrey Dennis, Joe Jackson, Aretha Franklin, Daniel Hambrick, April Freeman, Jordan Edwards, Jamal Khashoggi.
Streets Reporter of the New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you check out blackfoxnews.com/music to check out that fire-ass album I just dropped, Still I Grind, the album. I might have seen me drop the mixtapes, the Instagram mixtapes. I've dropped 2 of them. You can catch them on YouTube. Straight fire, or go to @still_I_grind on Instagram. These are Instagram mixtapes. Never been done before, and them shits bop. But my album, these shits got slaps. Like, you talking about, you could play these shits in whether you're partying, whether you're studying, whether you're fucking, whether you're actually building, whether you're having a cookout, whether you're trying to get some rest, or, you know what I'm saying? It's songs and it slaps for everything, yo. Definitely check it out. Name your own price. Meaning you could get it for the free 99, or you could pay 100 plus. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely worth that. It is definitely worth that. I put my heart and soul into it, but it got bops though. I wouldn't front for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Streets Reporter of the New World Daughter. I only give y'all straight fitted acts. Now, also check out the graduationparty.org if you or a loved one need high quality, affordable, and accessible mathematics tutoring. And blackfoxnews.com/shop to actually get yourself some fly paraphernalia. Support us. We continue to support y'all, giving y'all this real Bishop for president. Now, let's talk about this former president, you know what I'm saying, who's actually currently my competition still, despite having 78 total felony counts sitting against this man. You know what I'm saying? And that is Donald J. Trump, who actually this past Tuesday became the first former president ever to get federally indicted. Well, you know what I mean? He just is the first former president ever to be indicted on criminal charges. And this Tuesday it happened where they find special counsel Jack Smith, the government basically brought the case of him and his culpability in regards to the January 6, 2021 insurrection, the attempted coup that I used to try to warn y'all about. If you check my previous BFN editors notes on Instagram, hashtag BFN editors note, you will see that I was already saying that this was happening. They trying to stage a coup, and it really happened. Now, the charges, these are 4 felony counts that were brought on Tuesday. On Wednesday, Trump went ahead and basically pled not guilty to all of them. And this is in the same courthouse that they've been actually prosecuting and sending people to prison for the January 6th insurrection or whatever. So he has to deal with District Judge Tanya Chutkan, who's been giving people time longer than what the prosecutors were suggesting. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's his obstacle there. But the 4 counts were basically 2 counts of trying to obstruct a federal proceeding. One of those counts was a conspiracy. Another count of conspiracy to defraud the United States government, which has to do with them essentially trying to, like, you know what I mean, plug in fake electors and do all of that, whatever. And another felony count for trying to basically take the right of citizens away, by, like, you know, changing the votes or keeping votes from being counted and all of that. Y'all remember this motherfucker was out loud talking about, all right, stop the count, stop the vote. If it's not done counting by this time in the AM, then something's up. Bullshit. I've been told y'all I had that petition get Donald Trump off Twitter, and then motherfuckers ain't listening. Then it spilled over into this. Now it's looking like, for the people that's just like crazy in the brain, it's still looking like a conspiracy or whatever. But nevertheless, it is not. The man has, those are just 4 of the felony counts that are against this man. So he's facing that indictment. There's another indictment that has to do with him, that has to do with him holding those classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. Now, with that, he's actually facing 40 felony counts, with like 32 having to deal with actually the willful retention of, like, classified documents of national defense information, rather, in violation of the Espionage Act. You know what I mean? And motherfucker couldn't even bring Julian Assange home. But here you are, you really violated the Espionage Act. And it's also understood that he actually shared this information with at least 2 people or whatever. So the investigation shows so far. two people who were obviously not authorized to have it, and he himself was not authorized to keep this information. Now, in that case, he's actually going to be, that's 32, and then there was also like six other counts of that are like obstruction related, like obstruction of justice related, and then also 2 counts of false testimony, essentially, like basically, and that has to do with him saying like, look, we sent all the documents back, and he still had them shits. Did it twice until the FBI did that raid that I know MAGA still wants to say is a conspiracy, but no, it's the fucking law. Probably the laws y'all made. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm gonna get into that though. But nevertheless, that's what's going on with that case. And then he has another state indictment in New York, which is actually related to him paying off that money to porn star Stormy Daniels. But it basically 34 counts of like falsifying business records in the first degree. You know what I'm saying? Because that Stormy Daniels situation just unearthed, like, it unearthed that all this shady stuff that he was doing with his businesses and with the campaign funds. So that's 78 total felony counts. And these are not even including the state situations that he got, because he still got to deal with New York Attorney General Letitia James, who basically called him out and showed that he was basically falsifying business records for Trump, for making it seem like he was making less so that he could get like grants and approvals and all of that. But then showing that he was, or like basically showing that he's making less so he could dodge taxes. But then showing that he was making so much more so that he could get approved for like loans and things of that nature. So he has to deal with that. He still has to deal with his sex assault case with E. Jean Carroll, former American journalist, who columnist, who was actually a very popular columnist. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Had, you know, one of those first like, oh, you know, call us up, send us some mail, and, you know, I'll respond to you. And that had one of the first people in the early 90s that really had that type of journalism pull, and you know, in a nationally publicized magazine or whatever. So she ain't no small fish, but she already hit him for a few mil, but she coming for more, you know, like for another for basically another case that's still tied to that. It has to do with like basically her career being ruined and, you know, her living in fear or whatever, which, you know, women sometimes, you know what I mean, it is what it is. Y'all be bullshitting sometimes. So I ain't even gonna say it's all like, he's definitely 100% guilty of everything she's saying, whatever, but, you know, I don't think Shorty is fucking fronting though. Like, you know what I mean? Her story seems pretty consistent. That dude did push up on her in that Bergdorf furniture store near Trump Towers or whatever, and then Donald Jackass Trump went and set out in public. I don't even know that shit. And what even fucked him up more with that situation is when they did the deposition, he was shown a picture of her, and he mistook her for his ex-wife and said, yeah, that's my ex-wife. You know, and yeah, that's somebody I was fucking on. Yeah, like, yeah, that's my ex-wife. And it wasn't even her, it was E. Jean Carroll. So he's either not competent or he's just fucking, just a sleazeball. You know, either way, 78 felony counts against him. And he also might have another indictment coming, likely, with the situation in Georgia. It's an ongoing investigation that has to do with them interfering with the election. You know that shit that Republicans was accusing the Democrats of doing the whole time? Republicans were actually doing this. How crazy is that? See, because in Georgia, you have to think about the phone call that he had with then Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, where he was telling them to find over, you know, nearly 12,000 votes. You know what I'm saying? Can't you just find these votes or whatever? Because Joe Biden, he won narrowly in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to black people. Shout out Spelman alum Stacey Abrams. You already know that. AUC love. You know, more out in the building. But he also had also was conspiring to send fake electors to Georgia to actually pose as the official electors when they go to D.C. and do the count of the votes. You know what I'm saying? For when they for January 6th, essentially, when he ended up having all these racist motherfuckers storm the state capitol. And yeah, I call y'all racist, because, you know what I mean, y'all might not say it out loud, but your motherfuckers is. Most of y'all motherfuckers is racist. Cut it out. If not all. I don't give a fuck if Enrique Terrio runs the Proud Boys. He's an FBI informant. That's a fact. Not Ray Epps. Ray Epps is not an FBI informant. That's a fact. And it turns out that, dang, man, Joe Rogan, I actually fuck with you, but Joe Rogan is out here talking about how, like, the whole January 6th insurrection was some plot by the FBI led by Ray Epps, a Trump supporter. And that's why Ray Epps suing the fuck out of Fox News, White Fox News. That's what y'all get for following. Y'all following the wrong shit. Rich white people lie. Especially crooked ass salesmen from New York. Like they like, I don't get why people don't understand that. Motherfuckers must not be from the tri-state, but I'm questioning anybody's judgment, wisdom, and ability to discern if they are riding with this dirtbag. But nevertheless, we are in the US of A, and money talks, capitalism talks, and white supremacy talks. Don't be surprised if this man walks. You know what I mean? Don't be surprised. Just vote for Bishop Brady for president. Brandon Bishop Brady Shipman for president. And we can really get him the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Without having to, like, criminally prosecute him. Because he already got the judges in his pocket. Now, maybe not the judge in Washington, D.C., but the judge that they actually put on the case, Aileen Cannon, that's actually going to be on his case regarding the documents or whatever. This is a Trump appointee. So you already know she gonna kind of try to hook shit in favor for him, as these right-wing judges have been doing, because Trump, keep in mind, Trump actually flooded about at least 25% of all of the federal judgeships with right-wing judges by the time he actually left. And then, of course, you saw that he put 3 Supreme Court judges in there. So this is chess niggas is playing. Y'all can't focus on the moves that the moves that the pawns is making, because the motherfucker in the rooks and the bishops and the kings and queens, they had made their moves already. I've been trying to tell y'all this shit. So you have that case, but you have that regarding the documents case, and also on top of the fact that the U.S. president does have some, like, loose ability to declassify documents. So it would have to be shown that he actually declassified them while he was still president. That evidence hasn't been put forth yet, but you never know, man. You never know who's gonna lie for this guy. It don't matter if they end up, you know, months or years later saying, like, oh nah, Trump is crooked or whatever, like Michael Cohen did, like Mike Pence did, like Attorney General William Barr did, like like his own daughter did. These people have testified against him and said the man is bugging. Like, it was clear that he lost the election. They don't know why he did what he did, and y'all MAGA is still riding for him. Y'all motherfuckers are sick. But yeah, so you got Jack Smith. He's the special counsel, you know, hired to deal with the case. Of course, they had to get a lawyer that's not from the government or whatever, due to the conflicts of interest in government. Republicans that are in positions of power, they are in that were supporting Trump. It seemed like they was on the MAGA train. They are not going to stop. You know why? They are not going to stop because their livelihood actually depends on Trump being right. Because once it's shown that Trump was lying, that he's guilty of conspiracy, they all going the fuck down too. Even extra so, because it'll be known that they knew the truth and then did nothing about it. And they were in positions of power where they were sworn in to do stuff to combat injustice. So, you know, that's career suicide for these motherfuckers. But other people that are named, I brought Jack Smith up because he also had to put in a plea to request a hearing in Miami for the Mar-a-Lago case, in regards to the 6 felony counts that were actually brought against Trump's so-called body man in Mar-a-Lago, Walt Nauta, who has a lawyer I'm forgetting his name right now, but the Walt Norder's lawyer, and Jack Smith is calling out that there's a conflict of interest. They already playing games. There's a conflict of interest there because of the lawyer for Walt Norder actually also representing 3 witnesses who are prepared to testify against Walt Norder regarding the case. Walt Norder is somebody that was basically caught in Mar-a-Lago helping Trump, like, you know what I mean, hide the classified documents and shit. So, you know, it's real simple. Hold on, I had to get some light out here, but yeah, so you got Jack Smith, like I said, trying to get a hearing with the judge in Miami that's actually handling the case with Walt Norder, that is the co-conspirator in the classified documents case with Donald Trump or whatever. And it's because his lawyer, Stanley Woodward Jr., actually is also the lawyer representing the 3 witnesses that are prepared to testify against him. So there's a conflict of interest there. But yeah, I mean, this all circles back to Trouble Man. I'm not talking about T.I.P. from, you know what I mean, Georgia. I'm talking about Donald Jackass Trump from New York. You know what I mean? And it comes back to this, the initial part of this story is this indictment having to do with the January 6, 2021 insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, the attempted coup. Let's be real. And before y'all motherfuckers out here get the lying, yes, those people were armed. No, those people were not FBI. Yeah, they might have been 1 or 2 or whatever, but the reason why them motherfuckers is going to jail is because they are telling you straight up that they went there because of Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know what's up. It's a 45-page indictment on them. And in the indictment, it actually includes co-conspirators. It references 6 co-conspirators, but they doesn't name them. Now, it's speculation that's saying that, you know, educated guesses that these co-conspirators will include Trump's lawyers like Sidney Powell, Rudy Giuliani, John Eastman, even a former Justice Department official, and then another lawyer, Cheese Bro. You know, so those some names out there, but you know, it's getting thick for the guy. You know what I mean? It's a lot of pressure. And if Trump actually beats this, not only is he the Teflon Don like John Gotti, but he got to be getting molested by the Illuminati at this point. Y'all can't believe this man is just free beating all these cases or whatever, and it's just because he's a righteous guy. Cut it the fuck out. Y'all want to be conspiracy theorists? Like, then be that consistently. You know what I mean? Show some facts. Because all the facts is showing that this Donald Trump character is a fraud, he's a liar, he's a gaslighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not cool with the fact that he ain't apologized for the whole Central Park 5 situation. I think he trashed. I'm glad one of those survivors actually became a statesman. And, you know, the guy that's been reporting on in the last few years, Bishop Grady, he about to be president. Green War and Graduation.
Talk about selling souls, he really was capping like he banged. Brooklyn keep on taking it, damn, the bloods should've never made them gains. Still Takashi inked the deal with 10K projects for